Imagine you are standing in the middle of an ocean at night, completely alone, and you suddenly realize that what you thought was the shore is actually just the beginning of something so vast, so incomprehensibly enormous, that every map ever drawn means absolutely nothing. That is exactly what happened to the world's greatest scientists when the James Webb Space Telescope opened its golden eye and stared into the deep universe, and what it showed them didn't just surprise them. It terrified them, because the universe is not the size we thought it was. It is not structured the way we believed. And the rules we built our entire understanding of reality on, rules tested, verified, and trusted for over a century, are now crumbling, one extraordinary discovery at a time. What you are about to hear is not a theory. It is not clickbait. It is verified science, published in the world's top journals, confirmed by Nobel Prize winners, and it will permanently change the way you look at the night sky tonight and every night for the rest of your life. The James Webb Space Telescope is the largest telescope ever launched into space. Its primary mirror consists of 18 hexagonal gold-plated segments forming a 6.5-meter wide surface, giving it a light-collecting area 6 times greater than Hubble's. Wikipedia: it does not orbit Earth. It orbits the Sunday, January 5 million kilometers away from Earth at the second Lagrange point, protected by a 5-layer sunshield with the heat protection equivalent of SPF 1 million. NASA science: it was built specifically to see what no human instrument had ever seen before, the very first light in the universe, the first stars, the first galaxies, born in the chaos immediately following the Big Bang. And when astronomers pointed it at a patch of sky that looked, to the naked eye, like absolute empty darkness, a blank, meaningless void, and let it stare for hours, collecting photons that had been traveling through space for billions of years, what appeared on their screens was so dense, so overwhelming, so impossible in its richness that scientists sat in silence for minutes before anyone spoke. In what astronomers began calling the deep infrared mosaic, the James Webb Space Telescope picked up more than 25,000 galaxies within an area roughly comparable to a grain of sand held at arm's length. Science Nature: a grain of sand. 25,000 galaxies. Let that number sit in your mind for a moment before we go deeper. In 2025, the Cosmos Webb Survey's results arrived, the largest, deepest wide-field view of the universe ever acquired, spanning 0.54 square degrees of sky, roughly the area of 3 full moons. Big think the full image is 166 megapixels. And crammed inside that image, inside an area of sky that your thumb can cover if you stretch your arm toward the moon, are almost 800,000 galaxies, spanning almost all of cosmic time from the present day back to the very dawn of the universe. Live science: each one of those galaxies contains hundreds of billions of stars. Each of those stars may have planets orbiting it. And this is not the full universe. This is a microscopic sliver of it, a single grain of rice placed on a football field and told to represent the whole stadium. The Cosmos Webb survey revealed something else just as breathtaking. Many galaxies display enormous extended stellar halos, the largest galaxies appearing blurry not because of overexposure or atmospheric interference, but because Webb is exposing their diffuse stellar halos that stretch unimaginably far into surrounding space. Big think the universe does not end where galaxies end. It keeps going, further, deeper, more entangled, than any model predicted. Here is where the terror truly begins. Webb was specifically designed to observe cosmic dawn, the first billion years of the universe, expecting to find a few faint, primitive galaxies. Instead, it found surprisingly bright galaxies that developed within just 300 million years of the Big Bang, galaxies with black holes that seem far too massive for their age, and an infant Milky Way-type galaxy that existed when the universe was just 600 million years old. Phys.org. These galaxies are not just slightly ahead of schedule. They are impossibly, catastrophically mature, like finding a fully grown ancient oak tree in the exact spot where a seed was planted yesterday. In August 2025, astronomers at the University of Missouri identified 300 objects in Webb images that were brighter than they should be, candidate galaxies in the early universe that could force scientists to completely rethink how galaxies emerged after the Big Bang. Science Daily. The standard model of cosmology, the mathematical framework that describes how the universe was born and grew, says these objects cannot exist at this stage of cosmic history. And yet there they are, shining back at us with a brightness and mass that makes no sense whatsoever. Webb has also observed galaxies that already turned off and stopped forming stars within 1 billion years of the Big Bang, as well as those that developed quickly into modern-looking grand spiral galaxies within just 1.5 billion years. Phys.org. The universe grew up far faster than science ever imagined. And nobody knows why. Now brace yourself, because this is the discovery that sent genuine shockwaves through the scientific community. Imagine a structure so enormous that a beam of light, traveling at 300,000 kilometers per second, the fastest speed anything in the universe can move, would need 10 billion years to cross from one end to the other. 10 billion years. The universe itself is only 13.8 billion years old. The Hercules, Corona Borealis Great Wall is estimated to stretch 10 billion light-years long, 7.2 billion light-years wide, and almost 1 billion light-years thick, making it the largest known structure in the observable universe. IFL Science. For context, our entire Milky Way galaxy is 100,000 light-years across. The distance to our nearest galactic neighbor, Andromeda, is 2 million light-years. This structure is 500 times thicker than the distance between us and Andromeda. IFL Science. It is a colossal filament of galaxy superclusters, billions of galaxies woven together by gravity into a single cosmic architecture so large that physics says it simply cannot exist. According to the cosmological principle, a foundational law of modern physics, no structure in the universe can exceed 1.2 billion light-years in size. The Hercules, Corona Borealis Great Wall is almost 8 times larger than this limit. Universe Space Tech. This is not an anomaly on the edge of the data. This is a direct, screaming violation of one of the most fundamental assumptions in all of cosmology. And James Webb is now pointing its instruments directly at this region of space, and what it is finding is making the situation even more alarming. And just when you thought the Great Wall was the worst of it, 2025 brought a new discovery that stunned astronomers all over again. Scientists announced the discovery of Kipu, a superstructure so immense that it is now considered the largest known structure in the local universe in terms of confirmed, mapped length. Live science. Kipu is not theoretical. It is directly observable, so prominent that researchers noted it was readily noticeable by eye in sky maps without the need for specialized detection algorithms. It is a towering architecture of galaxy clusters and superclusters, gravitationally bound and interconnected across distances that strain the human imagination to its breaking point. But what makes Kipu truly alarming is what it revealed about how matter is distributed in our universe. Together with 4 other newly discovered giant superstructures, Kipu and its companions contain 45% of all the galaxy clusters, 30% of all the galaxies, and 25% of all the matter in the entire observable universe. Live science. Half the matter in existence, clumped into 5 structures. The rest of the universe is largely empty, vast, cold, silent void stretching for hundreds of millions of light-years with almost nothing in them. The universe is not a smooth, uniform ocean of matter. It is more like a soap bubble, all the substance concentrated in the walls, with the interior almost completely hollow. But the scale of these structures is only half the horror. The other half is what the universe's size is doing to our equations. Nobel Prize-winning physicist Adam Rees, upon using the James Webb Telescope to verify how fast the universe is currently expanding, stated, with measurement errors negated, what remains is the real and exciting possibility that we have misunderstood the universe. ESA. The problem is called the Hubble tension, a deepening crack running right through the foundation of modern cosmology. 2 different methods of measuring how fast the universe is expanding give 2 different answers. Not slightly different. Significantly, stubbornly, irreconcilably different. According to Adam Rees, the discrepancy has now passed the 5 sigma threshold, the gold standard in physics for a confirmed discovery, and has grown to 6 or 6.5 sigma, growing larger with every improvement in measurement precision. GBH. What this means is that either something is wrong with our understanding of the early universe, or something is wrong with our understanding of the present universe, or both. With two NASA flagship telescopes now confirming each other's findings, Rees concluded, we must take this problem very seriously. It's a challenge, but also an incredible opportunity to learn more about our universe. The equations that describe the cosmos are contradicting each other. The universe is expanding faster than it should be. And nobody, not one physicist alive today, can explain why. So what does all of this mean? What does it mean that the universe contains structures 8 times larger than physics says are possible? What does it mean that galaxies formed in a third of the time our models allowed? What does it mean that the universe is expanding faster than every equation predicts, confirmed independently by the 2 greatest telescopes ever built? It means we are standing at a moment in history that has not happened since Einstein changed everything in 1915, a moment where the old map no longer matches the territory, where the rules we wrote must be rewritten, where the next chapter of human knowledge is blank and waiting. Some scientists have begun seriously discussing the cyclical universe model, the radical idea that the Big Bang was not the absolute beginning of everything, but the result of a collision between 2 previous universes, and that James Webb may be detecting echoes of that collision in the form of anomalous thermal patterns and residual gravitational waves at the edges of the observable universe. Others suggest entirely new forms of dark energy, previously unknown phases of cosmic evolution, or dimensions of physics so far beyond Einstein and quantum theory that we do not yet have the mathematics to describe them. As Nobel laureate Adam Rees himself said, perhaps we are at the beginning of a new chapter in science. The universe is telling us something. We just have to listen, and be willing to challenge everything we thought we knew. The James Webb Space Telescope is not just taking pictures. Every image it captures is a message from across 13 billion years of time, written in ancient light, telling us that the universe is infinitely grander, infinitely stranger, and infinitely more magnificent than we ever dared to imagine. You have just looked at the true scale of the universe. And I want to be honest with you, it frightens me too. Not because the universe is dangerous to us, but because it reminds us how small we are, and at the same time, how extraordinary it is that these tiny minds on this tiny rock somehow found a way to see across 13 billion light-years and ask the right questions. That is the most beautiful and terrifying thing of all. If this video gave you that overwhelming sense of scale, that electricity in your chest when you realize how enormous reality truly is, please share it with someone tonight, because this is the kind of thing every human being deserves to feel at least once. Hit the subscribe button right now, because we are only getting started. Every week I am going to bring you the newest, most mind-bending discoveries from the deepest reaches of the cosmos. The universe is not done surprising us. And I promise you, neither am I. See you in the deep sky.